It may be 2023, but it doesn't mean we can't revel in the glory of one of 2022's finest. Hello everybody, my name is James, and this is Horizon Chase 2. It is available via the Apple Arcade, so if you've got a subscription you can get it, but I'm also here to recommend a game you can get without Apple Arcade, and that game is Horizon Chase Turbo. Let's go back 7 years. If you go onto the App Spy channel, as it was called back then, now it's the Pocket Gamer YouTube channel, you will see us reviewing, or doing a little hands-on at the very least, with the original Horizon Chase. And like this, it is an arcade racer that takes you back to the days of, let's say, Outrun, but also things like, Amiga Racers, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge, all that kind of stuff. But basically, races that weren't necessarily about realistic Gran Turismo style handling, and were much more about arcade, corner, tire screeching fun. And that's what the original Horizon Chase delivered in spades. They released another version called Horizon Chase Turbo. You can currently get it for free on any of the app stores at the moment. And this is the sequel that was 7 years in the making. It came out as an Apple Arcade exclusive, which means, of course, no in-app payments or anything like that. It noticeably changed a few things. So they've souped up the graphics, but importantly, not souped them up enough that it stops looking retro and fun and whoa, kind of cool, and reminds you of that 90s nostalgia. That's a good flip. That made you enjoy the first one in the first place. It's important to kind of make an improvement without improving it too much, if you see what I mean. There are a few complaints when the game originally launched that have kind of been ironed out now, I feel. Let's go on to the next race. And one of those was, hey, it hasn't got as many tracks as the old game. The old game has got over 100 tracks at this point, and this kind of launched with about 50, 55. However, there was an update in the meantime that added I think it's kind of a Christmassy themed one, where basically you can get 11 more tracks, and I think there are robots involved, judging by the images of the update. But the point is, it is still growing, and of course, if you have the Apple Arcade thing, you have to pay for it anyway. But the main point remains, it's incredibly fun to play. This kind of taking corners in that Outrun style, where the idea is just to power slide your way through everything. And the way it's been kind of designed for mobile, though will be coming to consoles later, really shines through in so much as there's lots of control options. I'm kind of using the default one at the moment with simple left and right control. You hold down to accelerate and you release to brake. That's it. That's all you have to worry about, nice and simple. There's a nitro boost up there above my left thumb, which I will tap as soon as I get onto a decent straight, and then release to get around that corner, or I'm going to smash royally into those signs, and it does that lovely, as you saw me do earlier, kind of double front flip and then correct itself thing that you get from the old arcade games, which is kind of lovely and nostalgic. And there is a huge place in my heart for these kind of races, the ones that don't take themselves super seriously and are all about the feel and the fun. Like, obviously, you know, we can look at our Forzas and we can look at our Gran Turismos and say, yes, I can like get the wheel balancing exactly right, and I can choose the slick tires, and I can do all of the stuff that makes me feel like I'm driving a real sports car. But sometimes you just need to smash something neon and shiny on the screen and just do some handbrake turns. And that's what this is all about. And I have always felt that it delivers it better than most any other racer. I understand the new Need for Speed kind of whipsack. I've seen people playing it, and it's got that... no one talked about it, it didn't get much press, and then it came out, and then it's like, hey, this has got like really unusual art styles where it's using kind of colourful, almost cartoony elements on top of photorealistic stuff, and everyone I know who's in the know has been kind of like, hey, this is really good, what happened here? So there are, you know, arcade alternatives still out there, but that's much more on the slightly more realistic side of things, whereas this is just obviously nonsense. I really need to get past these guys, but every corner I'm just leering into them. Come on, let me get the first. Oh, it's not going to happen this time. I got smashed first on the first race, but of course you didn't see that one, annoyingly. As you move through these stages, this is a world tour that you're going on. So I've done Florida, I've done Vermont, as you can see here. We'll move on to California just to show you what it's like. I have actually played this a little bit on someone else's account last year. So I'm just starting from the top here to show you how it works. And yes, you can go in and do upgrades on the cars. You can see here. You need to collect tokens in order to do it, but you can improve. I've already boosted my suspension a little bit, but you can pimp your car up as you go through the stages in order to make your way through. And of course, there are a bunch of other vehicles that you can take control of as well, and they're all equally fun and lovely looking. No, they're obviously not licensed, but that's not the point of this thing, as I'm sure you can gather. This is a very simple starting track. But look at them lovely polygon trees. Look at that nice little thing, tunnel carved out the center of an old elk or elm, or I don't know what the type of tree is. Probably a big pine. Smash. Yeah, look at the waterfall. Look at this. Oh, it's just great. It just takes you back to this kind of mid-80s, early 90s arcades, if ever you stepped inside one. And there are retro ones all over the place now. You've probably had to go. And it's coin in the slot, and it's sit in the kind of big plastic car and smash the steering wheel around a bit. And no, it's not realistic. But, it's really, really fun. So I think this is something that's going to, A, grow over the course of a number of updates. B, it will be coming, as I mentioned, to consoles and PC and Steam. And if you go and look at the Horizon Chase version that you can get for PC and Steam and all that, it's available. It's 9 out of 10 on Steam, and people absolutely loved it. It really found its audience even beyond mobile, which isn't a thing that always happens. And I don't see any reason why this one wouldn't be the same. They've done, for my money, just the right kind of update. It's pretty enough to be like, hey, this is new and fresh, but it's not so pretty as to be like, this doesn't feel like a kind of light-hearted, daft arcade racer anymore. The handling's just right. And by just right, I mean it feels good, not that I'm driving perfectly or anything. Hey, a first place. That's nice. That's good. We like that. So if you have Apple Arcade, this is an absolute no-brainer. If you don't, then it will be coming to other platforms, as I say. But importantly, if you don't want to do either of those things, go and look at Horizon Chase Turbo, as it is now, and get involved in that. See, look at the other cars here. There we go, got some other stuff. Look at that little cute little blue thing. Let's have a go at it. Because there is endless fun to be had with the older version as well. Just smash through all of that. Don't even get this if you're not, fussed about Apple Arcade. But definitely go and seek out an old classic, and then maybe, if you fancy it, go and enjoy a potential new one. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.
This week we're sponsored by Alchemy Stars and the new Starry Adventure Heaven-Shaking Melody Anniversary event. Do battle in the Marvelous Song campaign, recruit pop idol Goldie and help her prepare for her upcoming concert, and try out new heroes while battling through the Infernal Lair. These events are only available for a limited time, so download Alchemy Stars on iPhone, iPad and Android now to get involved.